Super apps. We all know what an app is, but what makes an app super? Do these apps have special powers, and are super apps coming to the Western world? Simply, super apps are mobile apps that are looking to be your one-stop shop for everything you do financially online. Let's think of a local shopping mall. Once you walk through those glass sliding doors, you can buy clothes, do your grocery shopping, and you can also pay your bills or browse rentals at the local real estate agent. You can even book your cab home. This is exactly what a super app hopes to be, a single place which allows you to do multiple things within one app. Sound too ambitious to be true? They're already here, and the scale is huge. Here are a few examples. WeChat has 1 billion monthly users, primarily in China, and it really is the ultimate super app. You can chat, make payments, play games, and even install mini-apps within your app, so you never need to take your eyeballs off their platform. The second example is Alipay, which is the world's largest mobile payments platform with 1.3 billion users. You can pay to 80 million merchants, book transport, even book doctor's appointments, and pay your taxes. And the final example is Grab, with 180 million users across Southeast Asia, combining ride-hailing, delivery services with payments and banking. What all these super apps share in common is a single killer feature which a person would need to use every day, such as chatting or transportation. It's the permission a super app needs for their users to engage with other more profitable features. Without that daily need to come back for more, you don't really have a super app. Hold up. I hear many of you say, an iPhone or an Android will have lots of these features. And you might use Uber for the taxi and Deliveroo for food delivery, for example. So why do we need everything in one place? The first thing to say is that super apps didn't necessarily set out to be the super apps we see today. What they did was kept looking for the next adjacent feature that they could build for their customers. In Asia, at a time where banking and e-commerce were inaccessible to a vast audience of people, the gaps in the market were ready for the taking. Where once a taxi driver would keep their earnings in their car's armrest, now they had an e-wallet to receive payments and make purchases themselves. This attracted new merchants and users to the ecosystem, in effect creating a virtuous circle of adoption and growth. In the early 2010s, the only smartphones available at a reasonable price would support just a few apps. This favored apps which crammed features into a single interface, acting as a passport to the modern digital world, as it continues to do so today. Digital platforms in the West are no different to their Asian counterparts. They're always on the hunt for new features to meet their customers' needs. However, there are barriers to bringing a true super app to the West. Regulators would look dimly on too much feature consolidation, particularly when a financial product is involved. And consumer trust in brands is lower. Would you trust Amazon to pay your taxes? But there are forces underfoot which favor a new bundling of features, if we don't quite yet call them an actual super app. The first is a new explosion of e-commerce. Statista predicts a 50% growth in global e-commerce purchases, reaching about $7.4 trillion by 2025. From this comes new businesses looking to disrupt how we purchase online, breaking the dominance of card payments and the huge monopoly that is Amazon. They have 39% of all US e-commerce sales. Like super apps in Asia and LATAM, these new businesses are using payments and lending as the new glue and permission to solve customer needs before and after you've bought the product. Let's look at a few contenders here. The first is Klarna, who are capitalizing on their buy now, pay later product as a hook to become a new front door for shopping. Klarna will consolidate all your orders across the web. They give you price drop notifications and pre-fill coupon codes, all within their app. The second is Revolut. They already have a vast feature set, well beyond a typical neobank, and have just launched Revolut Pay, a one-click checkout payment feature. If you're a Revolut customer, you can choose to have the money taken directly from your account, and if you're a Revolut merchant, the money settles in your account within 24 hours. reducing fees for both parties. They're no longer just a bank. Now they're a payments provider and a merchant platform too. Although Revolut and Klarna are probably the closest to becoming a super app, you're definitely not booking a doctor's appointment through either just yet. The road to becoming a super app isn't an easy path. Back in October, Google, definitely a prime super app candidate, scrapped plans to offer bank accounts with financial partners such as Citigroup. Perhaps, like your favorite superheroes, a super app needs something more than a recognizable name and logo, but also the trust and loyalty of the people they're looking to save. A final thought. The battle for our attention is underpinned by the battle for our data. And whilst these new businesses may well break the dominance of the incumbents, they are fundamentally trying to do the same thing, to keep our data within their expanding ecosystems. In China, the home of the super app, Alibaba owns 58% of all retail commerce. Do we want a future where the one supermall in town calls all the shots? That's for us as consumers to decide.